I watched myself die from the corner of the room. This happened last year, but it still messes with my head. I was in the hospital after a routine surgery, nothing crazy, just getting my gallbladder removed. Everything was supposed to be smooth. I woke up in recovery feeling okay, but about an hour later, I suddenly felt really cold, dizzy, and like my heart was beating out of my chest. I told the nurse something felt wrong, and that's the last thing I remember from inside my body. What I remember next was watching the whole thing happen like I was standing in the corner of the room. I could see myself lying on the bed, pale as hell, a bunch of nurses rushing in, alarms going off. One of them was doing chest compressions. Another was calling for a crash cart. I remember thinking, holy shit, I'm dying. But I didn't feel panic. I felt weirdly calm, detached, like it wasn't really me down there, just a shell. I could hear them shouting numbers, shouting my name, and even yelling something like, "We're losing him." But I just watched. I even looked down at my arms and realized I didn't have arms, not physical ones. I was just this floating awareness, kind of like being in a dream, except more vivid than anything I've ever experienced. And then it got even weirder. I felt this pull, not like someone was grabbing me, but more like gravity started working in a different direction. Like I was about to be sucked upwards somewhere. I don't know where. And right before it happened, I heard this voice in my head, totally calm, just say, "Not yet." Next thing I knew, I jolted awake with a mask on my face, gasping like I'd been underwater. My chest hurt like hell from the compressions. Turns out I flatlined for almost 2 minutes. Heart completely stopped. But somehow I came back. I didn't tell anyone what I saw, not at first. But I'll say this, I was more alive during those 2 minutes than I've ever felt in my whole life. And whatever I was, wherever I was floating, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't a dream. I know what I saw.